All right, so day 15, and it's been 2 weeks. I apologize for how tired I may look, but I was in a meeting for church, which was almost 2.5 hours, and I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit long, and it was basically discussing about the budget and all this other stuff, but also about um, this whole thing about a church that lost their rental place. They are trying to find somewhere else to have church, so they were going to rent out a space in the church that I've been going to since I was little, and they were basically having a meeting and voting and deciding on if they should do it or not. And I really couldn't decide which would be better because it's positive and negatives on both sides. And I don't know, because part of me is like, yeah, it's totally fine that you get to share the church because you're serving God. You're not just serving the church specifically, but then also, why not just join together? And yeah, that's the whole thing. But anyways, I didn't run yesterday because things happen. So I also didn't run today because the weather was really bad earlier, and I was going to run before this whole meeting. I didn't manage my time. Then I was just thinking like, oh, I could just run after the meeting, but the meeting ended up being 2.5 hours. So it's literally almost 11 p.m. right now, and yeah, it's already late. I work tomorrow morning, so I managed my time poorly today, and it's not the end of the world. So it's not something to be angry or make a big fuss about, but I have to keep in mind of managing my time better, especially because my schedule is changing for the next couple months where my nights aren't going to be as free, and because I'm going to be working. So I just have to figure out kind of like a rhythm and a system that works where it can be like, all right, this day, this day, this day, I do this, and so on and so forth. So yeah, um, I've just been thinking a lot, and I can't lie. I guess it's gotten very overwhelming, but I've had a lot of time to process and just sit down with my thoughts, and I've been able to come to terms better with reality. And this is kind of difficult to say because I don't want to share too much because this is very personal stuff. But I when I was younger, I just wanted to be successful. And I remember I wrote and some assignment for a bucket list where I was like, I want to meet someone famous. I want to make $1 million, and I want to have 2 kids, and I want to travel the world. It's kind of basic stuff to say, but that was my idea of success, and I'm kind of all over the place right now. But being successful is different for me now, and I feel successful right now because of how far I've came, and the opportunities that I was able to experience, and what God has given me, and the path He's taken me to. I already feel successful. And although I've made a lot of mistakes and think I have failed, and I guess I don't really know what more to do. So, in a way, I'm stuck because I feel like I'm doing a lot, but I also feel like I'm not doing enough. And that was a problem before where I always felt like I wasn't doing enough and I felt like I could always be doing more. And, I would have moments where since I didn't do enough, I would feel like just not not to try anymore because there's no point. But, I'm learning to be more kind to myself, be more soft with myself because I'm going to be the hardest critiqued of myself more than anyone. And it's good to be a critique to yourself because you, in this case me, I want to be better. And, it's good to have that push, but sometimes I just need to take a step back and appreciate what I've been through, how much I've done, how much I've accomplished, and how much more I can. So it's been interesting, and I have joined, or I've written down, a bunch of stuff that I want to do, and I want to pick up writing, and not necessarily just journaling, but like I want to write stuff, and I guess like write my story, but in a different way. Like I don't know, maybe write a whole book. I've thought about that, and I'm not against that idea now. So I don't know. I guess that's a aspect of creating that I didn't think I would want to do, but it's creating, and I think that's a very good opportunity. But there's so many other things that I need to focus on now to where that is something I could do in the future, but I don't want to push it away because it's something that I genuinely find interesting. So, and with school ending, um, I guess I have a little bit more time career wise, and I want to dedicate some time into that and see where I'm at and what I can do next and how I can get better and how I can improve. How can I improve? Sorry for stumbling on my words, but yeah, I have these, I think, 2 to 3 weeks where I can basically get myself back on track. And I still have a year and a half until I graduate college. So there's still time, but I can't just keep saying that there's time. I need to stop being scared sometimes and take action. And I'm doing that right now. But there are other things as well that I need to take action in. And you know what? It's one step at a time. There's no need to rush into things. So, this is teaching me. And when I say this as a whole, I'm teaching myself right now patience, and I need to be content but ambitious. I think that's what I'm gonna name this video today. Content but ambitious, because I feel like that's also a part of me and of who I am. I'm a person that cares a lot and wants to understand a lot, but can also be content and ambitious. So, yeah. I'm sorry if this video was all over the place, but I didn't necessarily plan that much on what I wanted to talk about or say, but I just wanted to ramble on. get the thoughts flowing. And yeah, so if you're still watching, thank you. And yeah, have a good night.